I mentioned some words now, where people go give as to why. 5%, 15%, 80% go down at the bottom. People think say, like a supernatural pre-programming. Number one, people are programmed to succeed or to fail. Number two, favor and blessings. Why people they change, why they end up different than because of favor and blessings. Let's deal with number three. This they assume say people are purely products of their environment. Number four, final one, people and saying a luck. When I lock naive, if people end up 5%, 15%, 80% only bottom, now lock nine and get.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
Welcome to the show. Joy in my heart, with pleasure being with you again another day. This is your own life by design. Life like how God be make them, and like how you they shape them. So we're actually co-creators, and that's the message we're trying to drive on this show. We get two kind of people in this world. You get the first set of people who believe say everything about their life is pre-programmed and run by external circumstances where they don't get control over. And so waiting they happen in their life every day, then they wake up with no plans. Now life they plan, or now the day they plan the day for them, and wherever the day drive them, that's where they go. And so those kind of people would just continue for complain, externalize everything that happen in their life. But you get the other set of people who believe say God give them divine agency. That means say they get control over their life that they have been given by the maker and the creator, and therefore then they get up every day. Like George Bernard Shaw say, the people and where they get on at this time, not the people where they complain, then they look for the circumstances where they want. If they don't see the circumstances, they create the circumstances. So they don't complain about the circumstances, they create the circumstances where they want to see. This is what the show is about, is to nudge you wherever you are, all over. We do this in a Creole because we primarily the target Sierra Leoneans there. Wherever you are, if you wake in the morning, I share with me team, say one of my biggest desire now for make possible wake every morning and say for the week and say what thing you have about say this week, because these things have changed people in life in this country, and it will change your life if we just drive those two things. This is what we underscore continuously in the program. You either there in the batch of people who think say everything is pre-programmed supernaturally, and that's the way you go do for change waiting on me pre-program already. We will talk a bit more about this just now. Or the one that waiting say yes. Part of my life pre-programmed, but part of my life then I'm your hand and my responsibility. And if you don't mix up them two, then they no more. You could make progress and you can design your own life. Your own life by design. So let's kick off the show today as we look at again a question I've asked. I said the other day, why would 100 people grow up in the same community? Call the community, the locality, any side. Pick any side as alone and say that them 100 people also grow up. Same circumstances, same opportunities, same everything, same level. Now they then grow up inside the same community, same village, and then 5 of them are so outstanding, wickedly outstanding, and then 15 of them one day. Well, then try. Call them B level players. Then 80 of them people and they 80 out of the 100, 80%. Then just they get by and actually depend upon the 15% and the 5% within at the top, the 20%. Now then they depend on for making them get by. Why would that happen? And I think, given me calling where I get in a life, not for just having hard waiting happen to me, but also I get a commitment to help much more other people experience the awakening that I've had in my life. I've always been woken up in mind. Why is it? What's happening in people in life where they become difficult for me to understand this so that they go act on it? Now, obviously, I mentioned some words just now, where people go give as to why 5%, 15%, 80% go down at the bottom. People think saying, like a supernatural pre-programming. Supernatural programming. Let me give you the 4 things there. One, the excuse of giving a supernatural programming where they don't get control over circumstances and environment where they are around them where they don't get control over, or this is also another spiritual one. People say, well, not favor, then are the blessings of God. Now they make one rise and the other one they not the rise at all. And the 4th one, people can say na luck. and I just pay a lock, in ordinary way, and I just lock, people they meet up lock, and once they meet up lock, then the things they happen in their life. Okay. What if I want to just take all those four things there and break them down? The things that when are the excuse of people and they get as to why people they left people in their life. You remember that terminology there, and people here and people there. And so, but why people they left people in their life? Why some people they left other people in their life? Where same opportunity, same environment that they didn't grow up with. Number one, let's look at the first excuse what they give us in a supernatural pre-programming. People say then destine the people for be so. Pre-programming. What's in a pre-programming? Pre-programming, they assume say people are programmed to succeed or to fail. That means how can I explain programming? Obviously we get mobile phone, we get smartphone. They don't program the smartphone for behave certain ways. When call they come through, depending on the kind of phone where you get, on a techno, you can see something, they go on the left, they point your arrow to the green. And so if you want to take the call, they push the phone to the green, and if you push the phone to the green, the call comes through. If you push whatever you see the icon to the red, it stops the call, it rejects the call. It's been programmed that no matter what happen before you buy the phone, it's been programmed into it. They don't write that command there. Anytime this Sally press this, now this the phone for you. Anytime Sally press this, it's pre-programmed. So oftentimes people will they run with life and say and really believe say we lives are pre-programmed. God, we are religious. Most of us, we are religious, and so we believe that God don't program with life for end up certain way. No matter what you do, that's what happens. So that's the reason why they will give for the 5%, 15%, and 80% now life, and the disparities will go there now people in life. And stop there. The programming is such that some people are programmed to fail, and some people are programmed to succeed. Some people are programmed to be good, some people are programmed to be evil. Don't make it a plaba deba. Let's just make the plaba small. Let's just make the plaba small. Would it be fair, assuming say God they program people, would God program people for evil and good? Specifically, or for succeed or for fail? Would that be fair for God if you go program some people for succeed or for fail? Would that be fair? The same way they get what's not God they shape one man they get. We know God for be a fair God. Now, so that definition they not describe the kind God where we know we go say it program people for fail. And they program people for succeed. Then he's not a fair God. And if he's not a fair God, it not represents the God where I know, and the God where you know, and the God where we know. So put that on their side. And also, the assumption, the another assumption that you can God to program people for evil. God to program people for evil. Make them for good, make them for bad. Pause for one moment and think about that. Because when I come back, I want to take that one day apart and check you really. If that's what your conclusion is it possible that God would program people for evil and then punish them people and they because they end up for be evil? Think about that. Enjoy me back. Join our community today by subscribing to the JAB Show on YouTube. Don't forget to like and turn on your notifications so that you never get to miss an update. All it takes is a click.
Long before roads or rails, before signals filled the sky, there was Rokel, the river that connected us all. This basket bought food, paid school fees, it raised children, and carried dreams. It held the economy in palm and straw. It brings power to our homes, food to our markets, and unity to our journey. This is the rhythm of Sierra Leone, from hand to hand, from shore to shore. But now that rhythm has evolved. Now the basket carries more. RCB Sim Cooper, for sending money from any phone. RCB Prepaid for anyone, no account needed. RCB Copper Card, your local power. RCB Visa, global reach in your wallet. Just like the river, your money can move freely across towns, borders, and time. From the village to the vault, the banker sees it all. One transaction, one river, move seamlessly. This is more than banking. This is Rokel, Commercial Bank, bank of choice.
Here's how to buy data for another AfriCell number with AfriMoney. Dial *161 *3 *2 hash. Select the data bundle option you wish to buy. It could be daily, weekly, monthly, or long validity. Choose the data bundle from the options listed. Press 2 to buy for another number. Enter the number. Press 1 to choose your main wallet. Enter your PIN to confirm payment. AfriMoney, quick and easy.
The reason why people give for the disparity in our life, where with one man they up, one man can down, one man they live at this level, other person they live at this level. Number one, we say that pre-programming. God don't program people there, make them some for fail, some for succeed, some for bad, some evil. Now imagine that. Like I said again, we all know say we believe we really just say God will punish evil one day. Now, would God program somebody for be evil? And then take that person and punish and back for the person evil. Does it make sense to you? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So the fact that people could say that, that pre-programming for or program to fail and or succeed and pre-program to be evil or good, not all water at all. We can talk like we say, all water. Because even though part of our lives are pre-programmed, for example, whose parents will go born you. Somebody always wish while that's alone they can born them. They're not born in America. You didn't have to vote. The kind family where born you, the kind village where you born, the table where born at Wellington, to parents who are not illiterate. I did not have to vote. But the same way, part of our lives is down to our choices. Once part of it's pre-programmed like I talk so, part of it is just down to our choices what they make on a daily basis. So then they're not all at all, you can put them aside. Number two, favor and blessings. Why people they change, why they end up different now because of favor and blessings. This again gets some spiritual connotation. And they assume say with success and failure is determined by the level of our favorability with God. Now let's look at that again. How favorable will relationship be with God? Now, but what's the drive favorability? we were religious again. What's the drive favorability? Favorability with God is driven by actions. It's driven by obedience. Now, I can use scriptures in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28, for example, verse 1. It says, if you would diligently hearken to this words so I give you this day, and do them, this blessing shall follow you. And you give long list of blessing. You shall be the head and not the tail. All of those things. But they are predicated on a favorability requirement where should you do and listen to act and do. So there's a doing. Not so just that, there's a favorability when they determine result, but now your choices at the end of the day, now your action. And you go back from Deuteronomy 28:15, it lists all the things that will go happen to you if you fail for. Listen and act and do. It listed all the things there. So actually, ultimately, at the end of the day, the Bible will say, do this and this would happen. Do this. If you do a different thing will happen. So it's still down to something you do and don't do, now make you end up how you be in life. That's an argument number 3. Number 2. Let's deal with number 3. Well, they say that circumstances, environment, the environment where people then grow up. This they assume say people are purely products of their environment. Environment or the events that they happen around them. And that they are powerless to do anything for change this. This is the assumption here. Well, the circumstances, the environment. This is of course not the truth. Because you have to explain again the same thing, how the same environment creates two people then. So it wasn't the environment, it's how they responded to their environment. So ultimately, then all water, two picking and they bonded at the same house, same parents. When they come out, giantly good, the other one, then King Fred self for then they shame for talk say and at the same family, now they didn't grow up. Because there's things that happen in between the way where people just choose who they think for become their life. So this is the same thing so that therefore it's not just the environment. There's something else we lead people, and because like I said, the same environment can't give you two different people. If the same environment give you two different people, then it's not the environment. There's something where they interact with them people here will make them end up for be different. So you either say, it's you or not you. But let's go back. Number 4, final one. People then say a luck. When I lock nine, if people end up 5%, 15%, 80% only bottom, now lock nine and get. And this they assume say the result will they get in life then random. The couple person they play gamble. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And also lock the infer say with positive outcome, we infer some positive outcome we get where we don't know what we do with literal. Nine a lock. You get a positive outcome, you pass an exam, you get a beautiful marriage, then you don't know what to make it happen. That's what it infers. Now, is it true? Does it make sense? All of life is programmed around the law of cause and effect. Of course, we know from science to biology to physics, etc. They are all relationship between objects. They all study relationship between objects. Look at all the subject here. Then they study the relationship. I do this happen. I do this happen. Then they look for the causal relationship between things there. And once you draw a conclusion, say that this time they lead to this, then they program them into, if you neglect the action, it's done. Then they program them into you. Once you act, you get this. So anytime you want this result, do this. Anytime you want this result, do this. So that luck is in a different vocabulary. It's a different vocabulary completely. There's cause and effect. So that every new correlation where people come up with, then they lead to new inventions. People are looking for this relationship every day. Every outcome we seek in life requires certain conditions for their manifestations. Any result we want, something that we're supposed to do for that result. It not happen by luck. If you do this is what you get. If you do something different, you get a different answer. So once you fulfill the conditions we required, the outcome where you seek, they occur. Any variation where you get this, now an exception, not to the rule. If you come now, so now put on the lights in this place and the lights not come on, now an exception. Because it's supposed to come on. Why? Certain laws, from the generator, there's power come in, the bulb, okay, the connections, okay. If I switch on, it's supposed to work. Not so lucky it is for work. So now the same thing with your life. So if you realize them 4 things here, so people again, they say that supernatural programming. God cannot program people for evil or for fail. Favor and blessing, they are all dependent on you acting and doing. Favorability with God. It's obedience driven. Circumstances and environment. 2 different people they grow up in the same environment, then they get same environment, same circumstances, the results may be different. So it's not the environment, there's something else. And a luck. Now we just address the last point, the fact that it's not luck. Life is run by principles. There are things you do where they give you the results where you get now where you lack or not lack. And there are things where you go do in life where they give you the results where you lack. So that's predictability. So that you wake up every day and now know say, I know someone for good in life. I know what I need for do for arrive there, and I will push through that day every day. Keep that in your head. Act on it today. If you want for push back. Make your comments below, and we'll come back with your response to you. But you can design your own life.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.